I'm going to pause. All right, so in this video, we're going to be going over using point slope form. To remind you, point slope form is the format of y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. It's a little bit different from slope intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. Notice that slope intercept form does not have y1 or x1. All right. I'm also going to mention when you're talking about a point is going to be x first and then the y value. In the case of your formula, that's going to be x1, y1. All right, so we're going to plug in these values for us on number 6, given a point and then a slope, and then we're going to write it in point slope form. Now, the slope is really easy. It's straightforward. We're just going to replace the slope, which is our m value. So I'm going to replace that right here on the other side of the equal sign in front of the parentheses. Now we're going to talk about that 0.37. So the 3 is our x1 and the 7 is our y1. So that means I'm going to put the 7 on the left side with the y, and I'm going to put the 3 on the right side inside the parentheses with the x. Now, let's talk about the sign. Because the formula has the y1, x1 as being negative, it's always going to be opposite when you put it inside the formula. So if it's positive, it's going to be negative. If it's negative, it's going to be positive. So this positive 3 becomes negative 3. This positive 7 becomes negative 7. All right. We've now written this equation in point slope form. We're going to do it on this one. No, I'm not going to do it on that one because that's a bad number. It's going to give me a whole number. So now I'm going to go ahead and do number 7. I recommend you pausing the video, see if you can get it done. I'm going to go ahead and go forward and move on. All right, so I'm going to replace my slope, my m, with 3/4. I'm going to write, again, this is my x, this is my y, so the 5 needs to go over here with the y. It's already marked negative, so I'm going to go ahead and just leave it negative because it goes from positive to negative. Now this 2 here, because the formula x1 is negative, it's now going to be a negative and a negative, which is going to make that value positive. All right, we're going to do number 8. This one, they didn't give us fill in the blanks. We're just going to write the whole thing. So this is going to be y, and then that ends up being our y1 value, which is going to be plus 8, equals our slope, which is 2/3, parentheses. This is our x1, so that's going to be x. Since that's positive, it's going to be minus. All right, hopefully we're doing really good and we're getting the concept. We're going to go to number 9. So that's going to give me y. Their y1 is negative 9, so that's going to be plus 9. That's going to be equal to negative 5. Again, we don't change the slope. Parentheses. Then that's going to be x. We're going to go to our x1, and that's going to give me plus 4. I'm going to go ahead and move this one into slope intercept form just so that you get the practice of moving point slope form to slope intercept form. When we're moving point slope form into slope intercept form, I'm going to distribute that slope. So this becomes y plus 9 equals negative 5 times x gives us negative 5x. Negative 5 times 4. Negative and a positive is going to give us a negative. 5 times 4 is 20. We're now going to move the 9 with the y so that it says y equals. So we're going to subtract the 9. I'm going to go ahead and put the 9 underneath the 20 because I know I can combine those two terms. So then that becomes negative 5x minus 29. So we have written this in slope intercept form and point slope form. All right, that concludes that video on question numbers 6 through 9. I will see you in the next video.